Most people only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustle every day. They learn from a proven mentor every day. They improve every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching us. Welcome. Tis I, the big fella, Joe Shepherd. For anybody who doesn't know me, why not? There you go. We are part 4 of our 4-part mini-series for OneStream Live, cloud-based software provider. It means that we can plan, stream, restream, schedule, so much more to 45, 50 different destinations, including your website. Going live tonight, don't forget, on YouTube, on OneStream Live. Go there, subscribe, find out all the great things. More about that to come. Tonight, I'm very excited. In fact, I'm more excited than a seagull with a stolen chip, because tonight on part 4, we're looking at innovation over the last 4 weeks. In all seriousness, we've been looking at the entrepreneurial ways of the world and how OneStream Live, as the premier live streaming organization across the globe, can help entrepreneurs, individuals, solopreneurs, businesses, organizations at any level. And tonight, I'm absolutely delighted because we have the CEO of OneStream Live, the legendary Hannan, on the show to talk to us about everything from innovation, live streaming strategy, business resilience, engagement. This is a man that you need to listen to, because this is a man who, along with his 2 pals, who have friends, engineers turned entrepreneurs, who have taken this industry to the next level. So part 4 tonight, looking about innovation in all we do. And we will bring Hannan, the CEO, in just shortly. Don't forget, there's lots and lots of things happening tonight as well. It's Black Friday as well. Black Friday, then Cyber Monday. There's all sorts of things happening. So to Sebastian from Valencia in Spain, who sent me a message last week. First of all, thank you. We are glad that you are all our friends in Valencia are well. And when you asked me about podcasting and why we should live stream, it's because we can repurpose this live stream show into video shorts, into a podcast. It gives you a different reach rather than you just podcasting, Sebastian, and all you other podcasters out there. We can do blog articles. We can do so much more, and all of that to come. But it is Black Friday. So for all you podcasters out there who aren't yet with OneStream Live, why not? And this is why you should join us.
Audience engagement is everything, but streaming software costs keep climbing. Podcasting on a budget shouldn't mean sacrificing reach and quality. This Black Friday, OneStream Live is here with 30% off monthly and 10% off yearly plans. Claim your discount now before it's gone.
Oh, there we go. Right. It's almost time to bring the big man in himself. But earlier this week, they announced OneStream Live, keep growing and growing and growing, announced the enterprise plan. And this is the CEO this week talking about the enterprise plan, just so we bring him into the studio himself.
Hannan here, CEO OneStream Live, and I have fantastic news to share with you today. OneStream Live just launched a brand new subscription plan for people who mean serious streaming business. and we have called it Enterprise Plan. This plan empowers you to broadcast 24 by 7 streams. This means you can live stream and keep your audience engaged around the clock. This has been a much awaited request from our customers, and finally we have sorted it out. Another major feature of this plan is that we now allow up to 4 cameras to be connected with our OneStream Live studio, and you can switch between multiple camera angles and give your streams an immersive touch. We have also introduced teleprompter to help you deliver smooth and confident streams, presentations, and you don't have to worry about memorizing the scripts as I'm doing now. Thank you and have a great time.
Gets bigger, it gets better. Let's hear what the big man's got to say himself. Please welcome the CEO of OneStream Live. It is Hannan NAEEM. Hannan, good evening, sir. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for taking your time. Right, straight in, because we've got a lot to do tonight. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Hannan, your background, where you're from, how you got into engineering, how you got into this side of the life.
Okay. Yeah, I'm basically originally from Pakistan, and in 2007 I moved to Finland, and for my master's degree here. So, basically I'm a radio communications engineer. So going through jobs and doing a lot of things, I ended up doing this thing, OneStream Live. We have been building a lot of solutions, failing down the road, but we ended up with this now here. So here I am with you today. I can't hear you.
I'm typing away there. He's a schoolboy error. We were talking before about it doesn't matter what happens, it's how we deal with it. It doesn't matter how many years, you still do those basic things. Well done, well done. I was just answering a question there because one of the great things that I love that you've brought is unified chat and being able to sort of go globally across multi-platforms and then being able to put that unified chat in. That's a key feature. We talk about innovation first within business. What does innovation mean to you in simple terms? You know, what is it about? Let's keep everything very simple tonight, my friend. And
yeah, to me, innovation does not actually mean to always creating new stuff. It is also to improve the solutions that we already have to make life easier for people. So that's in simple terms innovation for me, that to make things better and during the course of building things, create and innovate new things. So that's how I take it. So.
And within innovation, the unending pace of life now is crazy. As you yourself have found, I mean, that's genuinely, we were lucky to get Bilal 2 weeks ago and then you tonight. But with the advancement and that pace, how do you keep 2 steps ahead? Because as a CEO, you are looking sort of strategically. You're looking upwards and outwards all the time. Bilal's sort of looking upwards and outwards and inwards and downwards, and that's looking upwards and downwards operational delivery. How do you stay ahead of that game with so much happening and the day-to-day issues thrown at you?
Yeah, that's a very important question. Basically, you start getting hints of what our customers, from your customers, basically. You start getting hints at a very early stage that this is coming up, like people are being like asking for a few things here and there. And then if you keep an eye on overall what's happening, so you can connect the dots very easily. So not that easily, but you get an idea that, okay, this is the domain that we should be working on, and this is the, if we solve this problem in this way, that is going to be a game changer. So initial indications, you get it from your customers, and it happened to us that from even your team members, they start, if they're using social media, if they're using new technologies, they start giving you excellent ideas that this is what's coming up. We should be integrating with these kind of solutions. So that's how we have been catering.
How does live streaming for you fit into business strategy for, because you've created a one-stop shop really from an individual up to the biggest organizations, and we'll talk shortly about the MOSCON this year and the and the recent stuff you've been doing in Pakistan on that live. Fantastic. How do you cover all of that? What, you know, how do you manage to find something that straddles so many levels?
Yeah, so the solution, if I talk about the solution itself, so basically, it did not, like, we did not do that overnight. The thing is, we start somewhere. So how we started with the pre-recorded live streaming. So then our customers were telling us that, hey, we need this, we need this, we need this. And eventually we ended up having all this under one umbrella, OneStream Live. So a streamer gets everything. So that's how, I mean, that's the thing.
Where does live streaming fit in for you within the strategy for an organization? So for me, for example, I try and teach clients that it is the central focus of everything, because the live stream show, that's where we developed the digital engagement package, where you can then repurpose so much from it. What's the importance within current and future business strategies that you'd advise people on? What's your feelings on that?
From a business perspective, yeah, live streaming is the future, actually. So because most of the viewers, previously those are normal videos. Now everyone is into live streaming, creators, streamers, and the viewers. So it is very important to have a live streaming strategy in your business, so you can cater all these needs for the people who are, especially for this Gen Z and all these new streamers coming in. So it is something that should be driving your business nowadays. Otherwise, I mean, I don't see, like, those businesses that are not able to reach their customers or their viewers with this amazing technology, that they will be left behind, unfortunately. So
Yeah, and we'll come on to sort of future trends and thoughts now. And one of the comments we're getting tonight there, the Erica Bates is on from Talk Virtual. Hey, y'all. Erica, we hope that you are well. Always a pleasure, and thanks for taking the time to join tonight. If you've got any specific questions, Erica, or anybody else that's watching tonight for the CEO, then please let us have them through. So engagement, what is it? What would be the priorities within a business for you? Where does engagement, for example, fit in? Because to me, it's priority number one. But both for you as an individual and a CEO, where do you feel that engagement fits in?
So from my perspective, engagement, there are three different levels. First is the engagement with your own employees regarding this all the solutions and everything, and then comes customer engagement, because you have to listen to them actively. You have to have create tailored experiences for them, and then comes the community engagement. So, like, when you have built a community around you, so you have to keep in touch with them. That's how I see this.
What are the for a successful CEO, what are the aspects of engagement for you across all levels? How easy do you find that? Because it's not everybody's cup of tea. Not everybody is, for those people who watched Winnie the Pooh, not everybody is a 125 kilogram human tigger with so much energy like me. It isn't for everybody. So how do people overcome that? What sort of advice do you give them for that?
So regarding engagement, like you learn, there is no one solution to this. So everyone has a different journey. So everyone learns different in a different way, and we all have different like way of handling this. And it also depends on what kind of like cultures you belong to and what kind of cultures you're serving to as a business. So it's a very like a tricky kind of thing. So I mean, so what uh,
Yeah, I agree. It isn't, but that's one of the things that on our academy side of things for live stream solutions, for example, that we focus on confidence on camera, being able to. Excuse me. In part two, we when we had Bill on, my co-host for that was a very engaging lady called Susie Manley, who runs 5 Foot Rope, who runs it's an agency. She's in Brisbane, so she was 10 hours ahead of us. And the reason I wanted her to co-host, because the way that she engages with people is absolutely phenomenal, and she just convinces them to go live on whatever platform it is, Zoom or their phone, and they just organically build our confidence. And so now we're looking at how we can joint venture partner together to take them on that natural progression to the next level. As I said to you last night, excuse me, one of the reasons we have our academy side is so that we want to make people self-sufficient at the end of the day. So they come on the journey, they transition from traditional marketing methods, which you said before, quite rightly, people are going to get left behind, and they get used to live streaming almost by default. So many of them do it, but don't realize. And they think, oh, I can't go into a TV studio, I can't do this. But teaching them that almost it's a one-on-one conversation. It's like me being in. This is the next best thing to me and you being in Finland together, shaking hands, putting the world to rights. And this is, I think, the way to go. The people, there are people like us, joint venture partnering with people like yourself to provide this capability for everybody. When we look at OneStream Live, what is there are so many unique features. Everybody accepts it is the professional live streaming studio. But what are the unique features for you that really brings it to life and, most importantly, sets you apart from your competitors?
So OneStream, as I said, first of all, it is everything under one umbrella. So we started with pre-recorded live streaming before COVID, and during COVID, this was the most used feature for us. So during that time, we learned a lot from this, and we gained a lot of insights, a lot of excellent knowledge, technical and the requirements for our customers. So I think that we are the best in pre-recorded streaming as of today. And the second unique thing is we brought in, after our customers' request, hosted live pages. So there were customers, companies that were not willing to go live on YouTube, Facebook. They wanted to have their own hosted page or somewhere where they can restrict access to their potential customers or their viewers. So we created that hosted live page experience, which can be password protected. You can have custom domains. So these are the unique things that no one else is doing at the moment. Other than that, for studio and restreaming using external RTMP encoders, so that is the area that we are actively working, and we're putting a lot of effort to make it perfect. So a lot of exciting features you will be seeing in a couple of months. We are working on those.
Very interesting. One of the key things of any organization is listening to its clients. And again, great comment there from Erica. I appreciate being asked, excuse me, what I want from a platform. Love the new features like the 24-hour streaming. Thanks, Erica. That's a great point. The 24/7 streaming. Surely now, I mean, you've got 2 million people around the world anyway, so it's a no-brainer. But like currently, I'm currently negotiating with 3 agencies in different countries to joint venture with them. This 24/7 idea makes us a TV broadcasting live streaming agency. You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
what would you say to an agency, for example, wanting to look at this and to get on board, and to what are the benefits and the effects for them, for you?
For 24-hour streaming, it has been actually one of the most requested feature for more than a year. So we were developing it for a long time now, because we wanted to like perfect it before releasing. Because it's if the stream cuts in the middle, then the whole idea of 24-hour streaming is gone. So I would like even now we have just released it for YouTube. So just to check our like systems and to check how well it is like taken by our customer, and we are like amazed. A lot of people have started using it already, and we have now plans to increase the number of platforms, number of destinations that we will be connecting to 24/7. So agencies, it will be an excellent thing for agencies who have we have seen different kind of 24/7 streams. TV channels are doing that with pre-recorded streams are 24/7 for them on YouTube, Facebook, and then a lot of these music channels. They have been doing that, and so these are the main big target audience, target customers at the moment. So people will be very happy using it.
Yeah, our mutual friend DJ Strick, he taught us a few weeks ago that he'd set up a YouTube channel doing 24/7, excuse me, for his wife, who's a musician, and her numbers went through the roof. This is just actually the problem with this is that it is so big, we need to take it in bite-sized chunks. So on that, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. UK, the great Stephen Healy and OneStream Live will be taking us all the way through the enterprise plan in the studio, taking it through. So go to the OneStream Live YouTube channel and click notify me. So 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon for the great Stephen Healy on that as well. We have lots more coming up. We'll be talking about tech advancement, business resilience. We'll be talking, in fact, just before we nip off, tell everybody, so I didn't put these on your question list. Tell everybody, what is your favorite food?
Me?
Yes, sir.
I love salmon.
Salmon, do you?
Yeah.
There we go. That means that the salmon sales now will be going through the roof. We need to get some shares. Keep it right here, because we've got Hannan, the CEO of OneStream Live. This is a fantastic chat. Keep it right here. Welcome back. I'm Joe Shepherd. I'm joined by the great NAEEM, CEO of OneStream Live, and we're talking about all things innovation, live streaming strategies, the future, and his favorite food, salmon. There's more of those things to come. You're probably more interested in what mean you like to eat or drink. But thank you for that. So also, there we go. We were talking before about taking people on their journey. Our good friend David Topping up there in Ulster, who runs our Ulster Rugby Roundup, monthly live rugby chat show, and a prime example of one of the reasons why I set the academy side up and we use excuse me, OneStream Live. We took David, who was a viewer, and he went on the journey as a viewer, a guest, a co-host, a host. trained as a producer and director, now works as one of our joint venture partners.
Oh,
with Life
amazing.
Solutions.
That's awesome.
Exactly. And now runs a 3-person pod, the 3 of them together, running their monthly show. So David, great to see you back up and running again. You've been poorly there for a while. And also Erica Bates, the great point that Hannan brought up before. Bill, I love this because he knows it's one of my favorite things of all time, hosted live pages. Because whilst we can build websites for people, and if you've got a website, we can revamp it. You can go live like tonight on livestreamsolutions.org. We're going live on there. I love that concept. But the hosted live page takes anybody to start off that they can get their own landing page. So that is one of my favorite things. All the rest of the stuff is brilliant. But there's just some things in life, I think, that just stick out for you as an individual. And the host live page, I don't think no matter what you bring us, and there's more to come, I don't think the hosted live page can be beaten because of what it is. It's a game changer and nobody else has it. So, that's absolutely brilliant for me. So, right, tech advance. OneStream Live. Final question on OneStream Live. Obviously, we've talked about the cross-section of people from individuals, small and medium businesses, all the way up to huge agencies. Why do you think it's a good fit? Why has OneStream Live become so successful as a single fit across the whole board?
Yeah, that's first our pricing model. That is something that has been we have been successfully advertising that, and people have loved it. We have a free plan that anyone can come and use and test, and then it is designed in a way with the recent this enterprise plan that we released. It has almost all the features, and from very cheap, because we discussed with our customers what exactly do they need, like the very basic things that they would be willing to pay. So for that, we created the basic plan. So, and then as you go up, we have more and more features in that. And so basically, after discussing with the customer, we got to know that what exactly are people going to pay for what kind of features. And then we also kept in mind that not everyone is able to upgrade to a bigger plan. So we brought in add-ons. So those on a smaller plan, or a bigger plan as well. But for the smaller plans, we have add-ons that you can add, and you can actually just pay for what you exactly what you need, rather than you pay for the whole thing and you're just using a few features out of it. So that is like our strategy and how people are using for across the board.
I think it's again, you go back to innovation. It's not that easy to tick a box that hits so many parts for so many different people, and yet you're consistently doing that. When we look at the advent of tech advancement, we touched on this earlier. It is changing so fast. What's your advice to any size of organization? And I say any size of organization, Chief, because sometimes the largest organizations think they're where they need to be, but actually they're so inwardly focused. They've believing in their own importance. No disrespect to them, but they're missing the key aspect of the simplicity. So for you at Tech Advancement, what's the important aspects for being able to embrace changes in technology and tech advancement as part of a strategy for any business at any level?
Yeah, for me, what I have seen is the best strategy is to invest in your team and bring on board people that are really energetic, and those who love working with new technologies. So it starts with your team, and then you have to keep in mind that uh, I mean, you have to listen. That's the main thing for your technology to be like moving on. So that's what I have. That's the one most important thing for me.
What's important for you as a CEO in building a successful team? There's one that's not on your list as well. You know, what is it that makes a CEO think this is my ideal team? Because traditionally that's a COO's type role, but ultimately,
Ideal team. It is like I have been trying to build an ideal team from day one, and I'm still trying to build an ideal team. So that is like next to impossible. But an excellent team. In an excellent team, you have to have a culture of flexibility. That's what I have learned. You have to listen to them. You have to discuss, and you have to be very you have to be ready when your ideas are being challenged by someone new or old employee. It doesn't matter. But the thing is, if you are able to convince the other person in your team, and the team is okay when sometimes the idea is being heard, sometimes it's with some or sometimes it's being excused. So if you are able to build that kind of environment, that is an excellent team. And especially what I have seen is if you bring in young blood, young people, because they are not just developing the technology, they are actually in some aspects, in some form, they are using that technology. So they have excellent ideas. So my ideas are now like a bit old, or I might not be that much in touch or using at that frequent in that frequency the same technology that these guys are using. So that is also one important thing when it comes to building a team. And lastly is like you shouldn't be like, at least we don't like confine uh, teams when it comes to the teams from a specific city, specific country. So we are open. We have teams like in three, four different countries at the moment. So that's, I mean, like it requires a lot of flexibility when the time zones are different, and to manage these kind of people. So this is interesting, but still we are struggling, or we are trying our hard to build that ideal team, which I don't think will ever exist. But
I'm so grateful genuinely for your honesty, because it is a difficult thing to do across ages, across genders, in a world that myself and yourself totally different than we experience, and having to adapt to quickly, across cultures, across everything, the time zones especially. You know, all of these things is really, really difficult to pull together. But this is still remains the next best thing that we can do, so physically sitting in a room together. And I think it allows us actually to break down some of those barriers, because when you can see the whites of each other's eyes, and you can see the inflection and the context of what somebody's saying, we all have an internal chat group, as you well know, and that's great. But sometimes you can sense the frustration on both sides. That's human nature. I, even at 60 years of age, have to take a step back sometimes and think, I'm trying to look at it from somebody else's perspective, a different time zone, competing tasks. Your team are up against it constantly, not because you overwork them, because they never stop thinking. They're always on the go. It's innovation all the time. And it's you know, so you've got all of those things in different time zones, across different cultures, everything, the whole thing. So so it's good. So I don't think you can actually build the ideal team. What you do is you get to a time when this is okay. This is okay. The cycle is pretty, you know, steady as you can go, and it builds. And then, like the last couple of weeks where you've been getting ready for the rollout, I can just, from my past, when we've had huge events like that, I can just know how it's been.
Yeah.
People are different, not even in the same office space. Do you know, a lot of them doing that things. And again, while I'm on, I think I've given 3 5-star reviews on for the customer support team. it is second to none. It is absolutely second to none, because the human touch that you get straight away, within seconds, the access to links that take you a stage further, especially for somebody who may. I'm trying to chat with three guys who run this global company, who are not only friends, that are a different culture, different era from me, different everything, and yet they're friends, engineers. I've got one brain cell. You've each got three brains. So, I'm trying to keep up and learn those things as well. So, but your customer service is phenomenal, because not only do they give you the solution, they then give you more than that, so you can go away and learn. And I think it's fair. You got to give credit where it's due, Chief.
And one more point I wanted to add, that it's not necessary that a team that can take a product from point A to B is fully capable to take it from B to C. So again, you have to reiterate, you have to make the adjustments. So it's a continuous process. It never ends. So that's one other thing is you cannot settle when it comes to teams.
No, you can't. And I think that was the point I was alluding to before, where a lot of organizations, even big ones, they become like dinosaurs. They will die out because they think that they can maintain that level, and they can't at all. That segues nicely into AI and ML, machine learning, and the future. Where does that sit for you as an individual? Because you are a geek engineer, hugely clever. But how do you take all of that and simplify it down, that it doesn't frighten people, at the same time knowing that you need to move very quickly with things to inculcate that within OneStream Live?
Yeah. So I have recently started using AI for my own work as well, and a lot of things. It's so amazing. It's so amazing that I can't I'm still learning. But when it comes to OneStream and how we are working with AI, so we are working in there are three different projects ongoing at the moment when it comes to AI, and we are going to integrate. First, it took time for us to understand how can we use AI and it can benefit our streamers. So there are a few things that we are planning to roll out, like in a few months. For one or two things, the POC, the proof of concept, is ready, and we're very delighted I'm very happy to see, okay, that actually works. So we are like, AI is not completely going to change OneStream in a couple of months, but down the road, it is going to have a huge impact on everything. So yeah, that's when it comes to AI, we are working on it. We are really putting a lot of effort.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, please make sure you go to the OneStream Live YouTube channel and click subscribe and follow. There is so much information on there which takes you from the very basics of live streaming all the way through to where the company is now and how we can help you at any level. I'm Joe Shepherd, founder and head of live streaming at Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy, and I'm joined tonight on part 4 of this mini series with the CEO of OneStream Live, Hannan NAEEM. And still to come, we are going to be looking at business resilience, and we're going to be looking at emerging trends and trying to sneak some things out of the CEO that might be happening in the future. But before we do, we'll ask him this question: where's the best place you've ever visited?
Oh, recently, Italy. I've been to.
What was so special?
The history, how the empire works, why the empire falls, and it's repeating. Right? The pattern is so repetitive. So it's so interesting to see these things and know that nothing is forever. So that was one of the best places.
Brilliant.
So well preserved. They have worked so hard in preserving it. And yeah.
Good for you. Excellent. So you're not. So you're an aficionado then of history. You like history, and
Yes, I like it. I like to study history from human psychological from a human psychology perspective. So why history repeats itself? What does it actually mean? So what humans or why human react in certain or communities or empires react in a certain way when they are too big or when they are emerging. How do they behave? So these kind of things I really like.
that's fascinating. Does that drive a lot of your thought process within business and within for the company?
It definitely it has an impact. First, it tells you that however big you become, you have to remember your roots, where you started, and those people who helped you reach this point. So you cannot just disregard people, or you can't think you are above the law, or you're getting my. So that these kind of things that really help shaping your mindset.
Absolutely. There'll be some people watching this site going, "Why is he asking about his favorite place?" Because you never know where a question will take somebody. And now, of course, it's given me 1,000 other different questions to ask you on the next one-on-one interview I do with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight in part 4 of the OneStream Live mini-series, and we are joined by CEO Hannan to look at all things business, live streaming strategy, and keep it right here. But don't forget, it is Black Friday sales until the 5th. And we had a look at podcasters before. We showed you that little video, but listen, this is also what you can get. I love that metronomic TikTok. It's just simple. And I like the videos that I put in. But when the graphics team sent me that through, in fact, it was Shatzine and Saba sent me that through, I was like, do you know what? The simplicity of sometimes, a bit like the hosted live page, I suppose. It's just that. And it just sticks in your mind. So welcome back. Anyway, we've got a few more points to wrap up. So we just covered AI and machine learning and where that will go. Business resilience. What is business resilience? There's people who make millions and millions out of business resilience. But what is business resilience for you? And how do you invoke that within the organization to make sure that you are building? And what you were talking about just then, that history of cycle repeating itself doesn't happen. Business resilience.
So business resilience, basically, I think the team should be very the organization should be enough to steer with the change. So that is the only way how I see that a business can be resilient enough to survive. So for that, you have to build the structure, you have to build the culture accordingly, you have to, I mean, create an environment where flexibility is taken as a norm rather than, something bad. It should be taken as a good thing. So that's business resilience to me.
Awesome. When we're talking about resilience, as I've found in very recent times, sometimes things happen and you've got your roadmap, you know where you're going, but at 2:30 on a Tuesday afternoon, something happens and you just don't see it coming. That's invariably what happens.
All the time.
Always.
Yeah.
So how do you as an individual, and how do you try and inculcate the company to having to, we need to pivot almost 90 degrees, very difficult decisions sometimes. How does that work? What's your mindset to behind that?
So nothing beats experience. So when we were just very in early stages, it was a very painful thing for us. When things were changing, no one stops for you. The technology does not stop for you. So it was very difficult because we were understanding the ins and outs while things were changing. Now we are at a position in a situation that Those things are changing, but we have a team, we have people, and we have this ability to think 2 steps ahead. So that's why it does not impact us that much. Like, for example, in 6 months, we know in 6 months we are already working on those things. But yes, still there are things that are like that come up from nowhere. And now we have structured our team in a way that there are a couple of people who are there to fix those things, to investigate, to check, or and we have also learned in this journey that never, like, now we do not push everything in one go. For example, 24/7 stream. So now we have just released it for YouTube. It is like to test and just to put it in the market and see how things go. But with this knowledge, we know now, like 6 months, 8 months down the road, where we will be going. Because this has been a very successful thing, 24/7 stream. With just YouTube, now with more platforms, new challenges will be there. We know that. But we are now ready because the core structure is ready for that. So this is how, like, we handle, and then we learn this with experience.
Good man.
It goes slow, but not that slow that someone else beats you to, like,
Yeah.
you're obsolete. So
Do as an organization, or more so as an individual, do you monitor what I would call business intelligence and security? So within that business, that field, do you find yourself looking at other competitors? Or are you quite happy in your own roadmap on where you're going?
Me, my team, we are looking into what the competitors are doing, or what, and they are sometimes doing excellent work, and we get a lot of inspiration and ideas from them as well. And of course, we have our own ideas as well. And there are many things that we think that we have done better than our competitors, but there are many other aspects that we are, like, learning from our competitors. So we keep an eye. We have to keep an eye on everything, not just our direct competitors, but those companies that we are trying to, like, for example, we are trying to jump into AI. So what we are looking into AI from live streaming's perspective, how AI and live streaming can go together. But we are also looking at companies, those are working just with the AI, and they are doing phenomenal job, and they're bringing in a lot of amazing things. So it's not just your domain; it's all the connected domains as well.
How does your mindset as a CEO, and somebody who's obviously gifted engineer, sort of nerdy tech wise, we know how massive that is. How do you filter out? So AI is next greatest thing. I've been teaching myself now for just over a year. I use a range, but what I use them for is it's as a time-saving mechanism purely. It is a mechanism where I have a base idea, I can throw it in, it will expand and give me some ideas I didn't realize that I needed to do that. How, with so much chaff out there, how do you separate the wheat off? Or do you just think that suits me, my sixth sense tells me, because there's so much? How do you do that as an individual and for a company?
Yeah, when an idea comes to mind, it's best to sit and, like, what I do is I take the paper and the pen all the way, and I write all the points. If there are diagrams to make, and 50% of the time, like, that this idea is not going to work. But the leftover 50%, when I'm sure to an extent that this is something worth taking forward, then I discuss with my team, my first Shazad and Bilal, and these are the most trusted guys. So because I feel very comfortable talking to them, because they can say to my face, "Say, this is bullshit. We cannot go with this. This will ruin everything." Or sometimes if they start, I know if my idea has some weight, when they start questioning, then then it's a positive sign for me that okay, now this guy is taking an interest. That means there is something in it, and then this is how we filter out stuff.
Excellent.
So,
Brilliant. We got two finals of small areas to cover because I'm conscious of the time and your time, the time it is in Finland. So, emerging trends. What are the emerging trends in the humble opinion of Hannan as an individual and as a CEO? What are we looking at emerging trends within the live streaming and digital engagement arenas?
first, I think AI and machine learning, that is going to be very, very important. And then comes 360 and VR live streaming. That is something that I have been following, and it has got some traction down the road. And then monetization in live streaming. That is very, very important aspect that I see. It's going to be uh, very important pay-per-view, like subscriptions and these kind of things. We currently do not have that, but it is going to be very important down the road. And like all the time, the protocols are also improving. So even today, the latency problems, that those are going to be like latency is almost to zero now, almost. So and all the protocols are improving day by day, day by day. So we are going to see a lot better live streaming down the road, and with all the and then now we are streaming within a bubble, I would say, like English is the way. But what if I can speak my language and you can speak yours, and I hear your translated version real time, and I can speak my mind in my language, and you can hear it in English, and then we are streaming the whole thing in, let's say, 5 different languages to our German speakers, to our Urdu speakers, to our French speakers. You're getting my point. So, but here the problem is the latency, real time translation. So that is something that we are really, really working on to find a solution.
I am honestly, I am once again more excited than a seagull with a stolen chip, because one of the things I spend an inordinate amount of time doing is translating when I meet people for the first time, translating into their language. And I've wanted desperate, and it's a courtesy thing more than anything, courtesy people around the world, you know. But the thought blows my mind. But it's exactly where I want to be in 2 years and 5 years time. Whereas when I'm live streaming, we're going to 40 different countries, not just 40 different platforms.
Yeah, that would be.
And it's instantaneous. And I'm speaking in my pidgin English, you know, let alone Asquale, you know, Irish, you know, and you know, let alone Urdu or whatever other, you know, myriad of, because like in Pakistan or in India, the dialects within dialects as well. So all of those things, being able to do that, the serious point, and have that, you know, we're not just multicasting, we're multi-translating.
Exactly, that would be huge. Yeah.
You know, it's massive, and you know, and I think that itself is just, it's hard to see TV channels and companies in 20 years where they are. If you see the rise now of OTT, because that's all part of the streaming family, so over the top streaming, and I see it being massive. Final question for you, Chief. OneStream Live. What's the future? Can you give us any secret tidbits? There's nobody else listening. Only so many thousands and thousands will be watching this. But can you share your vision of the future that you three friends, three engineers, 10 entrepreneurs are going to give us, and what does that future look like?
OneStream Live will be one of the best companies, live streaming companies in the world. This is we're very clear about it. So down the road, we will surprise you with excellent AI features that we are bringing in. So just stay a bit longer with us, and you will see.
Any secret tidbit that you could let us into? What's coming in the roadmap in 2025 that you could release?
For
I don't want to put you
example,
under
I can
pressure.
give you one some idea that what we are going to we are working on. For pre-recorded videos, we can just give us the video and we can suggest you based on the trends, uh, a best this title, description, and it can suggest a thumbnail as well for you. So this is a very small part of what we are bringing. So, but this is just for the pre-recorded part.
Of course. and I'm genuinely most grateful. I wasn't meant to put you on the spot, but currently, we talk about some of that AI that we both know is out there. I use one of those because it's, it clips an hour show into very useful clips and gives me it gives me and the team the percentage out of 100% of how good that is going to be on other platforms. All of these things, within 2 years, I see, are all going to be just the norm within OneStream Live. For someone like me who is constantly looking 2 steps ahead, sometimes another team get frustrated with me because as a content creator for you and with you as a joint venture partner, I'm also looking strategically for my own company, and I'm thinking, if we had this bit now, and I know that's difficult sometimes, but that is, we go back to the beginning, the very first video that I played every single show in this 4-part series. The life of an entrepreneur is not easy because you have those competing demands as an individual, as a collective, with other people, where you position that and when and why. So very, very final point. Give us one final thought as an individual or as a CEO on what you'd like to see within the industry or the world or life that will make it all better for all of us.
Yeah, best would be to think out of the box rather than just copying other solutions. Think out of the box and produce something based on your data-driven. All the innovation should be data-driven. So this is what I would love to see: new live streaming companies around with like openly accepting the change rather than sticking to the old ideas. So I would really like to see new live streaming platforms coming up, and we'll definitely be integrating with those.
Good drills. Hannan NAEEM, CEO of OneStream Live. Listen, mate, I appreciate your time. It's an hour, and I know that's an hour, and it's what time is that now? It's midnight for you in Finland, and I know you've probably still got a good couple of hours work still to do.
It's 11:30 p.m. here. It's very snow, dark. So we'll see the sun maybe in March again. So it was really great to have you to be with you discussing. It's very refreshing, and it's really I feel very happy that we are using our own platform, and it's working so nice. And thanks to you for pointing out a lot of small things that we need to improve, and we have been improving. And thanks for all the time and effort.
I feel part of the family. I have to use other things from time to time because clients need some other things. That this is the professional's professional, and they need to go on that journey sometimes through things to get to where we are. But this is the future, which is why I'm here, and I saw that, and it's a pleasure to be engaged with the family on that. So, listen, look after yourself. Good luck to the 3 of you and the whole team, and we'll get you back on again in the future.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO of OneStream Live, Hannan NAEEM. So phenomenal. So that's it. We have done 4 weeks in this mini series of empowering entrepreneurs with OneStream Live. Actually, we've gone so much wider than that. And see, on episode 1, we looked at the excuse me, the entrepreneurial journey and what it means. And again, thank you to our friends at Valuetainment. That video is very, very powerful, because the journey of an entrepreneur, the journey for the likes of Shazad or Bilal or the chief himself, Hannan, it's not easy to get to where you want to be, and everybody pulls you down, and everybody will look at different things in different ways, and nobody will know your journey itself. So that was episode 1. Episode 2, we looked at building the brand with live streaming. I'm grateful to both Bilal Chowdhury, the Chief Operating Officer, and to Susie Manley from 5 Foot Rope in Australia for joining us and talking about that. And last week, I really enjoyed my favorite topic, maximizing reach with digital engagement. And then tonight, with the Chief Executive Officer, future-proofing your business with innovation, and so much more. And who knew that a question on his favorite place to visit would then take us down the road of history, psychology, and there's 1,000 more questions. So that man is definitely coming back on for another one-on-one with me, at least, because there is so much more to him that I didn't know clearly. We hope you've enjoyed it. Go to OneStream Live, go on YouTube and subscribe. And again, the new enterprise plan, there's so much more coming, but the new enterprise plan, Stephen Healy at 3 p.m. UK and Ireland time tomorrow, equivalent time zones across the globe. Go and watch that and understand what the enterprise plan can do to you. And again, it is 24/7 streaming. Excuse me, there's a video prompter on there, there's multi-camera, there's all sorts of that. You are basically making yourself a TV channel with OneStream Live. The rest of it, it's just become the norm now. Next Tuesday, we start a brand new series where we are looking at the reflections of 2024 and looking ahead at 2025, the successes of all of those things that are in, and some top tips for enjoying the holidays, for shopping, and for everything else in between. So join me then. It's been a real pleasure. I'm going to finish off with this again, because this sums up the life of an entrepreneur. To get where Hannan NAEEM is, the CEO, is not a quick journey. It's not an easy journey, but they are building something very special. Until next Tuesday, look after yourselves. Stay safe. This is Joe Shepherd for OneStream Live.
Most people only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.